She's had a specialty block at the end of each show ever since January.
I heard about that.
Yeah, where she, delivers her quote. But she's, everything is progression. We're starting to turn this thing into a business as well.
Right.
Family.
Definitely.
Will Smith and Jada and them, they do it to kids, even if we ain't got no kids yet. But, we're working on getting ourselves together.
In due time.
It's pretty contagious. All I really have to do is touch her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's EDK playing in the back, man. That's one of my favorite producers from the hood, from East Cleveland. He's been making music since he was about 5 or 6, playing that piano in elementary school.
See, I wish I knew how to do that.
Yeah,
instruments, man. I don't do none of that. I just admire.
Right.
Watch people like.
I grew up in a musical family. My great grandmother, she'll be 94 September the 10th. She's a classical pianist.
Really?
So we got the piano and the organ at the house. She just.
I don't. But she'll get
I was infatuated with the organ when I was a kid because you couldn't just go up and hit the button. You had to cut it on.
Right.
You had to hold it for a certain amount of time. I was just in love with starting up that organ, But hey, that's something that I never really pursued.
Hey, it hasn't ended, man.
Right? Yeah, I still got a chance, man.
Definitely.
Right, and then one of my producers came through. Shout out to Chubb Styles. Go follow him on SoundCloud. He got some good music out there. Chubb Styles.
Okay.
And he came through with his mini piano and brought his computer over, and sat there and made a beat right in front of me.
See, and isn't that? See, everybody look at me like, oh man, you do it. I'm like, nah, man. Instruments, y'all doing that, y'all have my attention.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn something in years and years of practice, and I just admire guys who put in that work, and ladies,
Definitely. It's amazing to be able to play those instruments. It takes a lot of talent.
Man.
I was never the one to be in the band or anything like that. They tried to get me. I'm like, just give me the basketball. So, I can't really be out here declaring nets and stuff.
Hey, I thought it was so, not
I thought
cool.
it was cool, but I didn't,
See, I never thought it was cool.
Yeah, I play sports too, so I was
thought
always
our
looking at
band
them.
was cool though, because Shaw had the livest band in the
band. I guess I was a perception type of person, So you had your athletes, and then you had your band. If it was any other band other than Shaw, I wouldn't have thought they was cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I respected them, though. But it just wasn't my type of
you couldn't catch my attention doing that.
I lived off the name because my dad was in the band.
Yeah.
So, I knew it had history.
Yeah.
But I never was interested in picking up an instrument and being in the Shaw band. I wanted the Shaw Sports, though.
Hey, well, Maple,
Okay. Oh, y'all LEL too, huh?
Okay.
We met up a couple times, Hey, our band was not Shaw, though. All my Maple people gonna be mad at me.
Hey, man, but you guys are doing it big in football. Or at least you were in the last few years. Y'all fell off?
Man, they fell. They want to fight now.
Really?
Don't nobody want to play sports now. They want to be gang members and push weight.
What? Up in Maple.
Destroying their life already. Kids. So, and you up in Maple. You're in a nice area, dude.
They're going to tear it down. It's going to be, they say Warrensville is bad now.
Yeah. Like, I came from Cali and I moved to Warrensville. I went there for like 6 months. And I looked at it now, man, it's like no one lives there no more. I mean, it's just,
So you got some foreclosure problems up there?
Some.
A lot going on.
Some.
I know in East Cleveland, man, we have a foreclosure epidemic. So it's moving its way up. Huh?
I just watched this documentary the other day about what it is. Dude told me when you start seeing schools get shut down, they're doing that on purpose. They're trying to run you out so they can rebuild it up and turn it into whatever. And it's a process. It's a step. It was the creators of Johnson & Johnson. They were giving behind the scenes. I guess his son didn't like all the money that they've been getting. So he wanted to find out what the difference between rich and poor was. And what he did was he went around to the hood and went to the rich people spot where they congregate, play cricket, and they were talking about it. And they were saying basically, that we shut down the schools to move people out. They have kids.
That makes so much sense. I mean, this makes a lot of sense.
And
then people care about their kids.
You see what I'm saying?
And the school gone, and it's like, okay, we got to go somewhere else, And then a lot of parents, they don't want to just put their kids in any school.
No. And so they move. And then what that does is, say you own a house and next to a school. the bank has to pay you if they want to go ahead and tear your stuff down. So they have to dish out money. But if you move, they make it undesirable. Therefore, they make out cuts, hand in, washes one hand. And then next thing you know, a buyer comes in, bank says, well, wait a couple more years, and then we'll give you that property for cheap. It's ridiculous what they don't allow us to know, man. Get out there and do your research, man, and see what's going on around you. Don't let it just happen. And then we kicking ourselves in the butt, you know? Yeah. So, I'm big on that and the activists. I want my people, all people, to be successfully financially. And to do that, it takes awareness.
Right. We were having a discussion in class today because one of my classmates, he's from the Canton area. He saw this movie, and I can't think of the name of the movie because I've never seen it yet. But it was just speaking about the different, the trials and the tribulations that African Americans go through.
Yeah.
And he was just giving a lot of good insight on things that I had no knowledge of, man. Yeah. It's a lot of history that you don't learn.
Dude, they keep it quiet. Yeah. If you're a king, you're sitting on the throne for 12 years, 20 years. You get up and walk away and I want somebody else to be king for a little bit. No, it don't work that way. Right. And when you're done and you can't run your kingdom no more, you say, okay, I want my son to do it, or I want this person to do it because I know I'll still be taken care of. That's how it works, man. It worked like that back in the 1800s. It still works like that now. Now instead of them calling kingdoms, they call them Johnson & Johnson. Or they call them, any other big name. Bill Gates, whatever you put, Microsoft. Money talks, man. Mm-hmm. So, not to get off of hip hop, but hey,
hip hop is a money game, man.
Hey,
you gotta be well rounded. This is Libra Scales. We gotta balance it out.
Straight up, man. That's why I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like what you do. It's different. You reach more people, man, about what y'all talk about. Stay broad, homie. Stay broad.
Right. It's gonna be some money in that broad. Hey. They say as soon as you get singular, you cut off your listeners.
Yeah, why you do that for? I mean, why would you ever, if you have a chance to get 20,000, why would you have to be with 10? So I never have anything segregated.
You definitely have to be diverse in everything you do. Even as an artist or as just an everyday person that's just going to work every day, you still need to be diverse. You got to be able to be hands-on and just be able to do different tasks.
Right.
You just never know when it may be a call of duty.
Seriously, you never know who you're gonna run into.
Right.
Like if she didn't talk to y'all, I wouldn't be here. Like I didn't know, my manager, man, she goes hard and she meets good people, and like I said, y'all brought me into the family. Let's make this happen. I'm gonna do my part. I know y'all doing y'all part. So
grinding, man. It's all about that cross promotion because that's how I met Heather.
Yes,
because I saw that you booked the interview with with me, and then you posted when the end of August comes, we're gonna have this many interviews, and I'm just gonna put my feet up. And I didn't know you were pregnant yet.
Right,
you're I'm gonna take a vacation.
Phone is going off. It's not really, but phone is going off. Not touching my tablet. I am. I'm not touching my tablet. I'm done.
So when I saw that, I'm like, they over there hustling. They hustling. So what I did was, I went and I clicked Heather page, and I'm like, okay, what's this radio show? I don't know this one yet. Let me get familiar. Then communicated with her, and next thing you know, we all been meeting. We down at 620 Club hosting, and
I thought y'all knew each other before.
That's what I thought.
It works like that with this internet. Just how we work, it's the same way that relationship works,
man. Good people always
get
along.
Always.
I mean, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be.
It's gonna open doors.
Energy exchanges, man, from people.
That's one of the things that people lack. They don't understand how far positive thinking and the energy goes, man. Yeah. What you put out in the universe, you get back tenfolds.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys, we enjoyed it up here at the NorthCoastUnderground.com. We're gonna go ahead and get into a track right here. I'm gonna play one of my favorites because it's me. We're gonna get into this work. We're gonna hit y'all with this work. Here we go. Let's go.
That's what's up. He got the personality,
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, are you guys on Spreaker? You know about Spreaker?
Say that again.
Spreaker Radio. It's
You mean where does it air from?
No. I try to stay up with a lot of radio shows. Because I got him on, like, spinning on a lot of radio shows. And there's this Spreaker.com where they stream. So, like, I logged into my Facebook not knowing that all the pages that I like are on this. And I'm already, like, linked
It's
up
like
with it.
a mall
Yeah.
for radio.
For just radio stations.
So you go there and they have one, like we were on in Denver a couple days ago,
Beyond the Hype?
and they were on that radio station.
Church's radio was
like I have some things like that, like Tune In Radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have Tune In.
It's like
I had a couple of those things.
Yeah, that's how I do too. But my tablet be acting funny one.
I had like
And
an
I can't
hour
get it.
radio.
Yeah, and I can't get
I
to
like
it. I
our
can't
radio.
get the app, and I have to go online.
I mean, it's
But I
like,
do so
what's
many
that
things
series?
online, so if I try to go to another page, I can't listen.
But
to
the
it.
other one is like
You know what I'm saying?
online. We went to it, it's like they have their own sponsors. And that's what y'all need to get into, you know what I'm saying? Sponsorships. That's what we're trying to
I
get into
can't really
now.
go in it because I don't know if you got Wi-Fi in the building, but that's what it is. And it's like a lot of them. So if y'all want to maybe look into that,
Get
way.
on there.
Yeah.
Air it on
That's why I
there.
was telling Heather about it. Because I can listen to this and still, go on the web and do what I got to do and still listen to it at the same time without it getting cut off. Because that's what I do when I'm at home. I mean, I'm on leave. So that's all I'm doing is listen to these underground radio stations. Right.
Me and my brother, Young Monk. That's Young Monk. This is my star. This is my co-CEO. He's in
I thought you were
Birmingham.
Young Monk.
Young Monk is my brother.
Okay.
That's Young Monk.
You rap.
I rap on that. That was my first track.
What's up?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Why
Down south,
Yeah.
he never been in the studio, or drum that, went in there like,
Just laying it down. That was good.
oh,
Caught my ear. You know?
shot.
Man, I've been writing too, man.
You ain't trying to get back in there and lay nothing down?
Finance is down right now, man. So I'm just gonna try to wait, and I don't want to have a bunch of different engineers.
Right.
I love this engineer.
Okay.
He makes beats for Tech 9 in Kansas City. He lives in Alabama. Shit, I got this as promo. I didn't pay anything.
You know, but give out.
If I was down there and you wanted to record, he would charge for the beat. Like he makes the beats.
Right.
So if you didn't have a beat, he would charge you for the beat and not for the recording.
Okay.
I also got him on the mixing and mastering side. He'll do, like my little homie got the dude that made this beat for me.
Okay.
He's 17. He dropping a mixtape with 14 songs. And David Sanders was charging him $20 a song to master.
Get out of here. That's it. That's
It's
just
quality shit though. He's a professional.
I mean,
But this relationship though,
Yeah, I get
it's about the relationship. And this
And
ain't
you said
even
how old
fully
is
mixed
this?
and mastered. July the 4th. This is my single, This is on Nerve DJs.
yeah, I mean, he did it so fast.
Yeah.
The one day we went to visit, he had a studio right in his house and everything.
Yeah, we're gonna give him this again. This my boy.
Studio right in his
It's
house.
an all-star
and
reunion
everything,
joint.
So he just was playing with stuff. I was amazed myself.
Right, watching that
Got the big
process.
screen in there,
He all the way official. Now, where is this at?
He's in Harvest, Alabama. Right outside Huntsville.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is when I graduate, I'm gonna go
Montgomery
straight
area.
down there. That's right. Montgomery's probably that's past you, ain't it?
What, Montgomery?
That's probably like 2-3 hours. Like
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours away.
Oh, I got people from Montgomery.
As soon as you get to the Alabama state line, the first major city is going to be Huntsville.
Okay.
So Harvest and Huntsville, you're gonna hit Harvest
So
first.
you hit that first and then, okay.
Yeah, then keep going down.
In
You get to where my
Montgomery,
brother
Montgomery
is, which is before Birmingham.
Okay.
Go through Birmingham, then you end up in Montgomery.
Is that where you from?
I'm from here, but in 07, I moved to Alabama.
Okay.
I was down there 07, 08, 09, 2010. And I came back for a year from 10 to 11. And I went back in 11 and came back. I was 6 months and then I came back. Been back in Cleveland since December of 2011.
Okay.
Alright.
Can't stay away from Cleveland.
Huh?
Can't stay away from Cleveland.
That's all I got. That's all I know. I've been down here working a job. But when the job market dried up for me, I ain't had nowhere else to go but back home.
Just be like that, man. I would love to be in California.
Sometimes the snow make me want to be
Don't
like,
have money.
Like, how about we have a house somewhere down south for the winter?
right.
Trying to get to that point.
Right. That would be nice.
I don't do the snow. I hate snow.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
The winters last longer than the
Summer, yeah. Every now and then we'll look up and have a pretty decent winter.
Yeah.
We've had a couple. But
This is my boy Rob Lockwood. This on the offshore reunion. He's in Vegas.
Man,
Good.
this guy is so real song singing. This is R&B.
Who did the keys? Who's on this?
I don't know who made this song.
I need that mixtape, man. Like ASAP.
It's gonna be on. I'm gonna upload it online.
Okay.
I ain't doing the hard copies yet. It's gonna have to be like a demand.
Right. No, but
Because it
what?
costs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think I'm gonna go to Nerve DJ.
Okay.
That's what my two singles are. My single, my brother's
Nerd.
single.
Okay.
Nerve DJ's mixtapes. And it's free.
You can send me a link to those? Okay.
I got it in my email. Thank you, bro. And my little brother got his own shit too, original. He's an original. He just turned 22, July 27th. He's been going in for 5 years straight, man. He started with Bishop from the Lava Room. Shit, Bishop then went to LA now. He didn't grew here and went to LA.
That's where the Lava Room went?
No, just Bishop did. The Lava Room is in the Oregon.
Is it?
Yes,
So I haven't seen any promotion for
it's
that.
downstairs from Voice
No,
of
I
Radio.
was in not the Lava Room. Fade. Remember Fade Entertainment? Yeah, back in the
That's
day.
that truck.
That's
That's
that truck.
right. I guess they had got a building in East Cleveland. I was going to try to set it up, but they never took off because the Fade Entertainment, the truck right there is still there, but the window is busted. No, it's been there for years.
No, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I remember back in like '99 when I was in Charlotte, they came and did a performance. The Chiefs, Wahoos or something. They had the Indian joints.
Remember what Steve was saying? They dressed up
At
like
the
the
Indians,
Indians.
they performed at Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
Fade Entertainment, homie.
Wow.
That was like my first time going to the studio.
What's that?
No, yeah, Ohio Sound.
Sound, that's what I was thinking. Sound.
You got some joints on there.
That made me think back to like the 90s.
Is your song on there?
Yep. That was Rob Lockwood with Dreamin'. We feeling that over here up in the studio.
That was nice. That's that.
soulful.
Right, true R&B.
Yeah, Rob, we proud of you, man. We proud of
dancing.
you.
Taking back to the 90s.
That's when the real, real deal R&B.
That's baby making music.
Yeah, so
Already wants that, don't even
Hey.
think about it.
We like, wait.
yeah, y'all don't baby making punishment.
Hey, seriously. Time out.
For a minute.
Yeah, so look forward to that coming out this weekend, guys. That's on that All Star Reunion Volume 1 soundtrack. I had the pleasure of getting together with the artist and putting together a product that everybody can be proud of, man, and
When does that drop?
it's going to drop either Thursday or Friday, by around midnight because the reunion actually takes off that Friday. That's when the events start. But the big picnic that we have where we're going to have the live broadcast is going to be on Sunday.
Sunday, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably put it out like Friday, but then we're going to do a lot of promo on it on Sunday.
Now, can anybody come or just people that went to show?
Well, I mean, I've seen people there that didn't go to show. It's a big party.
Yeah,
If you know somebody, you can come party. You can come party with us.
All right,
Heather going to be down there. We're going to have a broadcast. You got some music, bring it on down.
For sure.
So yeah, we can turn this thing into cross promotion for days, man.
Let's do it.
So
I appreciate the plug.
it's all love, man. It's definitely all love.
Hi.
Oh yeah. Shaw High class of 02 in the house. Shout out to my pops, class 81, Slick Rick.
81.
Yeah, man. Been holding it down. East Cleveland's in my bloodlines, man. We've been owning our house since 1968. My dad was like in kindergarten or something when he moved to East Cleveland. So we went to the same elementary school, middle school, and high school. So I remember bumping in. I remember him telling me like, yeah, Mr. Conley, that's my old teacher. Mr. Conley was there. He like, yeah, Mr. Roach was my old teacher. I got Mr. Roach. I'm like, man, Mr. Roach, you still there? Mr. Roach, you was 70 when my daddy was in school.
Still 70.
Right.
Still 70. Had a kid heart. Brandon Roach. I remember him, man. That Roach was the man. He was cool people.
I envy that, man. Like, I done moved around so much, man. So it's like, when I hear stories like that, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
What it would be like, to know everybody, to grow up with everybody. I know a lot of people, but not like that, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of, a mixture of that too, because I went to 12 schools in the midst of going to those schools that my dad went to. So you do the math, that's like a school a year. But by the 8th grade, by the 7th grade, I think I'd already been in 8 schools.
Okay, damn.
So then I went to, I only went to one high school, so I guess I ended on a good note.
Yeah. Slowed down.
It slowed down.
As a kid, you don't really know.
I never thought nothing was wrong with it. You know what I mean? But I do remember, I think that the worst move I had was from 6th grade transitioning into the 7th grade, because I ended the 5th grade at Paul Revere, and you just upgrade to the 6th grade. So it's middle school. You got a new school.
Right.
And I had to catch the bus, this RTA bus. This was new to me. Had to catch the RTA bus, from Miles to the west side.
Oh.
I didn't make it a month and 2 days.
Hey.
Man. They pulled me up out of there. My grades had slipped. I met me a little buddy. He caught the bus on 55th. We had our Walkmans with our East 99th and Eternal in our headphones. we didn't got the thugging on the low. I remember the first day of school, because I was a kid for the longest.
Yeah.
I had an S-curl in the 5th grade in my little box.
Hey, I had to go.
I thought it was cool. I went to the 6th. I go to 6th grade, got my S-curl. This girl was like, he got an S-curl. I never wore that thing. I got the thugging after that. I said, oh, it's thugging now, baby.
Caesar. It's just a Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Man. So, in the midst of that, I went to my dad's house and moved to East Cleveland. That's when I started going to the schools my dad went to.
Okay.
But when I graduated that school, my mom like, all right, we going to Atlanta now. So I done got me some friends.
Right.
New friends. Now we're moving out of town, and then I was back in East Cleveland by December. So that's a whole nother 2 moves.
Man.
And then that's when it just...
that builds character, though, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I didn't notice it until later on. I started running into people, and they're like, oh, man, you different. You different. And I was like, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But having to change up each time, like, I'm telling you, Hawaii, then Cali, and then Chicago. Those different regions, they get down differently. So, I do feel you with that one, brother. Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot when you're moving around and you have to transition each time,
I went to 4 different high schools.
4 high schools.
Yeah. Man, El Cajon, California, Warrensville, Maple Heights, 3. And Maple Heights, yeah.
Okay.
So, 2 different junior high schools. You know how it is. Elementary,
I wouldn't change it for nothing though, man. Because I wouldn't
That's
be myself
Right.
if I wouldn't have went to any one of those places. I wouldn't have went through the trials and the tribulations and had the ups as well as the downs.
The downs, right.
Because they always helped me with the next one.
Yeah.
So like my little brothers though, they I don't know if they appreciated it as much as I did, because by the time they weren't born until I was like 7, almost 7 years old. So I had already been moving around.
Yeah, you know it.
So by the time they got to get stable, my mom it was a single parent home. Now, see, when I was growing up, I had a stepdad, I had their dad. So it was a 2-parent home.
Right.
By the time though, they got old enough to realize anything, it was a single parent home. So the upbringing was different.
Yeah, automatically.
It was automatically different. Yeah.
And so they don't, and I see that nowadays. A lot of kids are like that. They don't understand it. Like my sister, I was 13 when she came. So I got 2 sisters, and my last one, I'm 13 years old already. And she pops out. She had a chance to go to Europe for this modeling thing. She turned it down. Give me that chance at 16. I'm gone. I'm calling them back. I'm not coming back. I'm out here in Europe. But then she turned it down. I couldn't understand it. But she doesn't know. She doesn't know. Had a chance to go to other big colleges. She went to Cleveland State. Nothing wrong with that. But, I want to see the world.
I feel that. So, man, when the last time you been out of town?
Like I said, I just came back from Jersey. Was it October? Yeah. October, we was out in Jersey for a little bit, kicking with my peoples out there. Like I said, I was about to move out there, man. It came to a point where I thought I needed a change. And so we were looking at some spots out in New Brunswick, New Jersey. But since then, I haven't been back to Cali in like at least 6-7 years. It's just different, man. I went back to the same spot where I was in California, and it's all different now. They got dealerships down there. It was like a little country. Not anymore. gambling, casino right there, prostitutes. I mean, it's different.
Big business.
Man, yeah. So I'm home right now, Cleveland. I don't really see myself leaving in no time soon. Like I said, I just got the word that Cleveland is jumping. You know, a lot of out-of-towners are looking at Cleveland, so I want to be at the forefront of that. You know.
And see, yeah, man, it's like people need to bring awareness to things like that because a person didn't even know that. They might be on the first day smoking out of here thinking that it's still the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's been bad. You couldn't really get no room to wiggle, man, and make nothing happen.
It was hard. But now, you know, like you said, they just shot 3 big movies. I'm talking about like box office movies.
Right.
You know, and now they're talking about coming back in and doing more movies. I mean, that just comes with the territory. Other people are going to follow. This is the spot, man. So y'all listening out there, go hard. They watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Yeah, man, start documenting things too, because that's what they taught us. So I've been on Instagram since the first day I got my phone, since like November 29th. You know, I've been flicking it up. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just hitting all the bases, touching all the bases because, you know, when it comes time to show your work, you got to have your work.
Dude, definitely. A lot of people will turn around if you're not prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared when opportunity come knocking at that door, man. So I got my suitcase packed and ready each time, you know? Seriously, I mean, like 2010, we did 100 songs, man. Like 100. I didn't want to do any shows. I was like, before I do anything, I just want to do 100 songs. And we set that goal.
In the studio for 2 years, doing nothing but just.
No, we reached 79 that 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of slowed down and we started doing shows. I opened up for some groups at Hard Rock Cafe. I performed. It was just like, I wanted to do that though, man. Like I wanted to be prepared. Mm-hmm. I didn't want nothing to happen to me last time. Like I had a chance to meet Lil Wayne and Trina, like personally. And I wasn't prepared. I didn't have material, didn't even know who I wanted to be, just doing music. And they look at that as you're not ready.
Right.
You know, so now if that ever happens again, trust me,
ready.
I'm going to have a catalog for you.
Mm-hmm.
You pick and choose. So that's where my head at right now, man. You know, like be prepared.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a product.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
And you got to have some type of presentation for that product.
Right. They don't go on ideas. They ain't going to pay you for ideas.
Like, well, I think if I do it this way, you know, you got to say, no, this is what I'm doing.
Exactly.
This is how it's going to be. This is what I'm going to do to get there.
Exactly.
You know, you got to have everything already mapped out because, you know, you got to basically sell yourself to people. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
A lot of people ain't buying what you're selling.
Right.
You know, unless you really selling it.
You got to believe it.
Yeah.
You got to make me say Pepsi is it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to drink nothing else but Pepsi.
I don't drink Coke.
Bring
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Right. You might get cussed out. You bring me some Coke. You know I drink Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? That's how it has to be with your product, man. You got to show up like this is it. And then when they pop it in there, it got to be it. If you go in there and you really don't believe yourself and you're like, yeah, this is, you know, they're not going to listen. They're not going to, you're going to waste their time.
Got to be confident.
Definitely. Hardcore.
What's up? That's what's up. So, Miss Manager, we gotta get a little time from you, man, because there's a couple things I want to know.
This is the person to talk to.
Because I'm sweaty right now.
I'm definitely impressed.
Well, thank you.
You know, with the way that you have been approaching your manager position. Mm-hmm. You know, because I don't know many managers personally, but I know that if they work as hard as you, then they doing some work. You know, so like, when did you decide that you wanted that position, and what let you know you can do it?
Well, about 4.5 years ago, we met, and I was just a really big fan of his music, and very inspired by the barriers he was like breaking down, and he had very good ideas. You know, he's really good with computers, really good with graphics. And when I saw what was going on, I said, well, you can do this, 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 and this. And he said, well, you should be my manager then. And I said, well, I don't know nothing about it. Went to the library that day, maybe 2 months later, signed papers, learned everything I needed to know. And it just kind of went from there with websites and mixtapes and graphics and him throwing me in the studio and telling me, well, you should talk to this guy, and you should talk to her, and you should do this, and you should do that. And then it kind of...
She give me too much credit.
I kind of just took from what he, wanted me to do and said, well, this guy said he does this, and there's this guy in Germany that does beats, and we'll talk to him. Okay, well, I'm just going to talk to him, and I just been talking to people. So as soon as I hear somebody got a radio station, that's where I'm at. As soon as I, hear someone has a studio or make beats, or, a venue's opening and they need somebody on the bill, I mean, that's where I'm at. I believe in what I do, so that's it.
I saw that animal. Like, I'm 6'3", 300. She acts like she's 6'3", 300. You see what I'm saying? And I act like I'm 5'2". You know what I'm saying? 100. You know? Like, I'll shy off. No, she's a go-getter. So I was like, you know what? I know some connects. I got some connections. You go ahead and do it. You're not afraid to talk. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. Go ahead. And, man, it's been a blessing ever since.
That's what helps, though. I love to talk to people, new people, old people, young people. I just talk to them. Here, just listen to this. If you don't like it when you're done, you can throw it out. But just listen to it. If you like it, give me a call. We can link up. I can link you up with him. You can link me up with the people you know. And we can make it happen. And that's kind of what's been going on for the past 4 or 5 years. It's all him, though. Like, really, he doesn't believe it is, but it really is. Because really, if I wasn't so inspired, or if I wasn't a fan at first, this wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, met him like the music. I said, well, I know this guy that has a studio. We can kind of like call him. And ever since, we've been knee deep with this guy for 4 or 5 years.
Shout out to RCR Recording Studios in Seoul. My dude, Kerry.
Like, we go on there tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're there every week. This is where he locked himself in to do 100 songs, and so this is kind of where it started. I just like talking to people. Okay. And that's it.
Q sound like you, girl.
I was thinking that.
Because it's certain things. It's certain things that I'm weak at.
Yeah.
And you need somebody to help you balance.
Definitely.
But
you already crossed it by knowing what you weak at.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing, okay, I need help at this. And that's what I had to come to. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go anywhere if you leave it up to me. I'm going to put you in charge of my career. And it's been working because I'm not, I'm shy. You know what I'm saying? When I get on stage or behind the booth, behind the mic, it's different. But leave it up to me, I'm shy. I want to fit in. That's where that American Psycho came from. You got to fight your battles. So, you know how it is, man. You got a good team. You got a good partner over there, man. It's going to push you, limits you ain't never thought you was going to, go. So.
Young Monk, if you out there listening, boy, we going to have to get quit of some manager boots.
Hey.
We might have to get some boots, man, because we ready to make some moves, man. We ready to push. We've been kind of stagnant. That's why I had to come to school.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to do every position. But I didn't have any training in every position. I just know how to talk. I'm not afraid to talk to people.
Right.
So I do have things that I'm great at.
Right.
But then when it comes to like execution, deadlines, fill out this paper, and get it to this person. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff that, I might be like, I'll do it later.
Hey, right.
Something like that.
Right.
Nah,
but that can't work like that.
You need this
now, right
now.
Yeah.
Do it right now. Just get it out the way.
Yeah,
you gotta worry about it.
That's me all day.
Oh, we'll argue. Trust me. I'm trying to do it, but I'm still doing it.
Right.
I'm still going. And she's like, you got to be there. I got to do this. But I'm there. And at the end of the day, it's perfect. So
that's what's up, man. We still riding to them EDK tracks in the background, y'all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let y'all hear some of this too when we go into the next break. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna send you guys out to a liner, and then you're gonna hear this song called "Can't Hold Me Down" by Cream LaFleur, and then we'll be back. All right.